Hello everybody, I'd like to show you how to make a drifting sinker or dragging sinker per se. This is for dragging behind the boat whenever you're dragging for catfish, really any fish. Dragging has got really popular here in the last few years and a lot of people seem to be doing it. So before we jump right into it, I would like to say where you can buy these, because my intentions is not to knock anybody out of any money. These are made locally here in the Carolinas. They're called drifting sticks. They're very effective. There's a lot that goes into making these little things here, so a man's got to be paid for the money or for the work that he does. So, you know, man's got to make a living here. So they're pretty pricey here. You can buy these at Jamie K. Williams Outdoor Shop, and you know you're gonna lose them if you're dragging in the right places. You should be losing these every once in a while, and it can get pricey. So I definitely have a handful of them, and I'll be buying more, I'm sure, but I had to kind of figure a way to get around purchasing so many of these things. So I came up with this guy. Works really good. Rattles, it's cost effective, very durable, and it just seems the best to work out better than anything I've come up with or tried. I've tried lots of ideas, so I just want to share this with you guys and tell me what you think. So it's heat shrink tubing. Very important that you get the double wall that has the adhesive on the inside of it, so when you heat it up it actually will seal to whatever it touches. I have a piece of we call it 10 gauge wire. It come out of 10-2 Romex. I don't use the ground wire, use the white and the black. The rubber around the wire gives me a little more diameter for the heat shrink tubing to wrap to. Alright, I got these cheap swivels off of Amazon. They're made by Dr. Fish. I do not use these for fishing. I only use these for making these sinkers because they're just very cheap made. They would work for fishing, but I have just progressed over the years to, you know, I have quality tackle. I've lost a lot of fish. I have a lot of stories, and I just prefer to have quality stuff to cut down on those stories. When I talk about a story, that is, you know, hey, I had a big one on. I don't know what it was. Boy, it was a big one. He didn't make it to the boat. Anyhow, first thing you have to do with one of these when they're brand new, we got to take care of this little guy here. It sticks out. That will poke right through your heat shrink tubing. You're just going to smash it down. I do apologize about the gloves. There's two reasons I'm wearing them. For one, I am messing with lead and I got some kids. Not overly concerned about that, even though, you know, it should be a concern, but I also have a finger that I injured when I was 19 years old, and I don't want it to be the topic of discussion here because it doesn't really look that great. It was a day I will remember. Overconfidence in your job. All right, so you want to flatten that down. See, it was all sticking out, and it'll poke a hole right through there whenever you seal it up. So we have our swivel, our piece of heat shrink, our piece of wire. It's the only three things we need other than our lead over here. All right, I let my scale cut off there, so I'm going to have to re-tear this. I'm going to put 2 ounces of lead in here. Okay, this is 7.5 lead shot. I'm sure number 7 would be fine. Number 8 would be fine. This is what I found on eBay that was affordable as I wanted to pay at the time. I think I bought like 23 pounds of this stuff for, I really don't remember the price, but it was very affordable. $40, I want to say. Whatever it was, I did the math and I could make almost 200 sinkers. So that's 2 ounces. You can play with this weight a little bit. That's what works for me. I'm going to stick this wire into this heat shrink. I'm going to push it in until it's flush. After it's flush, give it just a little tap or two. I want it to be just a little more than flush, just a little bit. Going to turn the heat gun on here. I want to start working my way in nice and slow. I don't want to just jam it in there, and I want to try to save as much of my material as I can here. So I'm going to work it in nice and slow, usually about an inch. Let it start shrinking it up really good. Not much to it here. While I let it stay there, see this hand? I'm going to stick it in this ice water, because I've done it many times without this ice water. It's very buttery with it because that gets super hot. And while your finger's getting good and cold there, what you can do, go ahead and turn that off so you can hear me. Now you want to kind of roll that in your hand. Get that glue kind of squeezing out of there. Make sure it's nice and tight all the way around. You'll feel it actually cooling down. Try to quit moving it right at the end. You don't want it to actually be, you don't want it to be curing as you are moving it. Either way, I don't think it's gonna matter. All right, so you don't want it to get water inside of it. It's real important these do not get water inside of them. So that's that end of it. All right, we're already almost finished with this one. We're gonna take this little funnel here, get our 2 ounces of lead, pour it in here. It's real important you do this. Work it down, because if you just pour it in there and you move it, it's all right in here. It goes everywhere. Saving you guys a little cleanup there. Well, I don't think I cleaned mine up actually. I just let it roll everywhere and said dang it and did it again. Alright, so you're going to take your swivel that you modified, you smashed it down, just drop it in there. I like to push it in just a little bit. You got this bearing here. I like for it to be just a little more than flush with the end of it, because you can always pull it back out. Alright, we're going to do basically the same thing that we just did. I had to adjust the camera there, sorry about that little delay. Come over to the side here. You don't have to go down really far with this. Go ahead and get my hand in the ice water over here. That is way hot enough, so we can go ahead and get that moved out of the way. Come right down underneath the bearing and just smash down. You don't have to smash and roll around that bearing. You can just smash down around the clasp. Just pinching it and holding it. It's getting really hot and I have to move my hand. Too hot. Alright. So, that's pretty much it. Now, you can use that piece of wire. That's optional. But what it does is it helps you be able to give it this little curvature here. 1, 2, 3 little bends is what I normally do. Gives you a little rattle. You can shape it a little better. However you want to do it. You don't have to bend it. It can be straight. You don't have to even put the piece of wire in there. It'll just bounce around like that. Now, one thing that I noticed with these is, in my mind, it would travel across the water like this. Well, it actually moves like this. I have not lost many of these at all. They work very good. I would say just as effective as these. They're hand in hand. I've had several out, and I went over trees. And the cool part is about these, if you're dragging and you get hung up and your rod bends down, run over there and don't just start pulling and yanking and yanking. Let that line go loose. Push the button, let the line go loose, and what happens is this will drop down, and then you can give it a yank, and a lot of times it'll just pull right back up. So that's a little trick about that. Yeah. All right, so just remember, you are messing with lead here. It's very important. Think about your kids. This stuff does exist. I'm a big gun guy. I shoot a lot. This lead off, I don't know if it really works. It makes me feel better whenever I clean the dining room table off and stuff. So if you're doing this on your dining room table and you got youngins that you're worried about, get you a bottle of this stuff. It's supposed to decontaminate and deactivate whatever's in lead that can hurt you. All right, so thank you very much for watching. Let me know if you guys got any questions. You can modify these things however you see fit from this point. If you see a way to make it better, please let me know, because I want to fish better too. It's what it's all about. Teaching people what you know, spreading advice, being in the fishing community, and just overall helping people out. I really like these. They put off a lot of vibration, maybe more so than these guys. You hear that? when this is bouncing across the water. That vibration is very important. Well, mine actually bounce and vibrate a lot more. And the red ones, who knows, maybe it actually attracts, gives you a little, another sense. They can see too, so. All right, yeah, like I was saying about these, I don't use these for fishing. They have this really weird coating on them that flakes off. The wire's really thin. Whenever you smash it and open it a few times, they don't really want to go back together closed. I like the Cabela's Bass Pro Shop brand whenever I'm fishing with them. But overall, that's the size of it. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a great day. GoPro, stop recording.